When I came home from work, I saw my 6-year-old daughter standing outside freezing in the snow. The temperature was 19 degrees. I know because I checked my phone 3 times during the drive home, worried about the pipes freezing. But nothing could have prepared me for what I saw when I turned onto our street. Mia stood on our front lawn in her frozen pajamas, the thin ones she'd begged for at Target. No coat, no shoes, just bare feet turning purple in 3 inches of fresh snow. She was perfectly still, staring at our house like she was waiting for permission to enter. I slammed the brakes so hard my coffee tumbled onto the passenger floor, threw the car into park right there in the middle of the street. Mia! I ran to her, ripping off my coat as I moved. Baby, what are you doing out here? She didn't respond, didn't even look at me. Her lips were blue, her whole body trembling violently. I wrapped my coat around her and lifted her. She weighed nothing, like holding frozen twigs. How long have you been outside? My voice cracked. Where's Mommy? That's when she finally looked at me. Her eyes were wrong, not scared or confused. They were apologetic. Mommy said I had to wait outside, she whispered through chattering teeth. I was bad. My blood turned to ice that had nothing to do with the weather. Grace and I had been having problems, sure. The separation talks, the custody arguments, but she wouldn't. I carried Mia toward the house. The front door was locked. My key turned, but the deadbolt was engaged from inside. Grace! I pounded on the door. Open up! What the hell is going on? Silence. Through the frosted window, I could see movement. Someone walking casually through our living room. Not rushing, just walking. Daddy! Mia whimpered into my shoulder. She's with the other man. What other man? But even as I asked, I saw him, a shadow passing by the window. Broad shoulders, definitely male, in my house. While my daughter froze outside, I set Mia down on the covered porch and tried calling Grace. It rang 4 times before going to voicemail. I could hear her ringtone through the door. She was right there, 10 feet away, choosing not to answer. That's when I noticed Mia's hands. Angry red marks around both wrists, rope burns. Mia, show me your wrists. She pulled back, ashamed. I tried to come inside when it got dark, but the rope was too tight. Rope? What rope? She pointed to the maple tree in our front yard. A frayed piece of clothesline dangled from the lowest branch. The front door suddenly opened. Grace stood there in her silk robe, hair perfectly styled, makeup fresh. Behind her, a man I didn't recognize buttoned his shirt. Oh, you're home early, she said, voice eerily calm. She looked at Mia with cold eyes. I told you to wait by the tree. Grace, what did you do? She smiled. Not her warm smile I'd fallen in love with, but something else. Something I'd never seen before. I'm teaching her consequences. She interrupted Mommy's special time. Again, by tying her to a tree in the snow. She could have died. Grace laughed. Don't be dramatic, I only tied her up for an hour. Mommy, Mia spoke up. You left after lunch. I checked my phone. 6:47 p.m. Sunset was at 4:23 p.m. That meant she'd been outside for over 4 hours, in 19-degree weather, tied to a tree. The man behind Grace cleared his throat. Maybe I should go. No, stay. Grace touched his arm. My ex was just leaving. Weren't you, David? Ex? We weren't divorced. We weren't even legally separated yet. That's when I noticed it. Grace's left hand, where her wedding ring should have been, now bore a different ring. A massive diamond. An engagement ring. But that wasn't the worst part. The worst part was the document on the hall table behind her. Legal papers with a header I could read even from here. Termination of parental rights. My name was already signed at the bottom, but I'd never seen those papers before in my life. I couldn't fit what happens next in this short video, watch the rest down below.